everybody has his or her own opinion on the value that Prime Minister Modi brings to the BJP ticket in state elections. But so far, you don't have a specific number to how many people say they voted for the BJP just because of the Prime Minister. Not the MLA, not the state government, but because of Narendra Modi. So I'm going to break that down state by state for you and also give you a hypothetical sense of what the BJP's vote share could be if you remove this section of voters. So I'll start with Gujarat, where the BJP is predicted by Access My India to get a vote share of 46%. Out of the total 46% voters who said they voted for the BJP, 12% said they voted for the BJP because of Prime Minister Modi. So take that out, it comes down to 34%. Without Prime Minister Modi batting for the BJP, only 34% said they voted either for the party or the MLA or the minister or the state government or the chief minister. 12% said they voted for the BJP because of Prime Minister Modi, which means 1 in 5 of those who voted for the BJP said they did so in Gujarat because of Prime Minister Modi. And it's not just in Gujarat. Let's now cut across to Himachal Pradesh, where the BJP is predicted to get a vote share of 42%. Out of the 42% who said they voted for the BJP, 10% said they voted for the BJP because of Prime Minister Modi, which means take that 10% out, it will come down to 32. You would have a very, very different situation in Himachal, which at this moment looks tight, but would be very different if you didn't have 10% of the overall voters, which means, again, as was the case in Gujarat, 1 in 5 of the total voters who voted for the BJP, they say primarily because of Prime Minister Modi. Let's now go across to the MCD election in Delhi, which isn't really comparable directly to a state election, but still gives you a sense of how popular the Prime Minister is, even in a municipal ticket. Here, out of the 35% voters who said they voted for the BJP, 14% said they voted for the BJP because of Prime Minister Modi, which is essentially 34% of total BJP voters saying they voted for the BJP because of Prime Minister. Every third guy in Delhi who voted for the BJP did so not because of the Parshad, not because of the MLA, they hardly have any, not because of the MPs, they have 7, not because of anybody in the government or the party, they did so because of Prime Minister Modi. If you look at the two states, Pradeep, that means 1 in 5 of BJP voters are saying they voted the way they did only because of Prime Minister Modi. That's a big number, one man and the value he brings to the BJP ticket.
Yeah, earlier it used to be the most number party loyalist. Like we are voting for this party, pasand ki party hai, hum to isi ko vote karte hain, which was the case even today in Congress, ki जैसे हम तो कांग्रेस को वोट करते हैं हारे या जीते. Now this phenomena is shifting to a personality, and particularly in case of Modi, and which is the case if you see in MCD election, which is there for Arvind Kejriwal. So this personality who is actually responsible for the delivery, why people vote is they have certain amount of expectations from the leader, certain amount of aspirations, and different section of society has their own dreams and they call it wish list. Whoever government comes in, what netas are promising, they have to see whether they are delivering or not delivering, and on this very parameter, they decide whom they should be voting next time.
You know, I think, Rahul, this is fascinating because if you travel through Gujarat, you saw a number of people didn't even know the Chief Minister's name. They didn't even know that Bhupendra Patel was the Chief Minister. They have very little confidence in their elected MLAs. One reason why almost half the MLAs have been changed. They will complain on various issues, from local level corruption to quality of education, but ask them, who are you going to vote for? Nahi sir, humko Modi ji mein vishwas hai. So Modi ji has in a way become the BJP's ticket in almost every election, including at times municipal elections. And
no, but the BJP says, so what? If we have Sachin or Gavaskar or Kohli or Mbappe, whichever sport you pick, so what? He's playing for us, he's batting for us, he's our captain.
Nothing wrong, you could argue in the short term, but in the medium term and long term, the BJP will have to look at it carefully, because what happened in the 1970s, Devkant Barua said, India is Indira and Indira is India. Eventually the Congress organization, once Indira Gandhi was not there, began to melt away because you had such weak chief ministers. In Maharashtra, for example, you imposed someone like Baba Saheb Bhosle, who was completely unknown. You had several such examples in the Congress in the late 70s and 80s, and the party paid a price. I'm not saying the BJP will pay a price in the same way because the Sangh Parivar offers them a cadre, but I'll give you the example of Himachal. In a close run race where you have a lot of angst over Agniveer, over tourism decline, over GST on apples, on old pension scheme, Mr. Modi has gone to Himachal and said, when you press that lotus vote, you're not voting for Jairam Thakur, you're voting for me. So the anger against the chief minister, anti-incumbency, is sought to be offset by the prime minister's personal popularity. Now that can work while the prime minister is there. Now the question at some stage will be asked after Modi who? I know that we are in 2022 and therefore perhaps it's the wrong time to ask it, but the BJP has to be conscious of the fact that are you weakening your state units with the likes of Bhupendra Patel as your chief minister, relatively unknown, and relying entirely on Mr. Modi's charisma at times in close state elections. It works in a national election, Rahul, but in a state election, are you weakening your chief ministers? Except Yogi Adityanath, I don't see any chief minister who's lifting the BJP today.